लिंक पाठवतो.
Okay, yes, we're right. Hi.
Hi.
So yeah.
मला लिंक पाठव.
युट्यूबची लिंक पाठवली का? युट्यूबवर पण आलं. त्याच्यावरून तुम्ही ते सर दिसत पण नाहीये दोघी.
आईला पाठवतो ना सगळ्यांना.
मला पाठव.
मी पाठवतो आईला, तू फक्त तुमच्याला पाठव. आईला पाठव.
मला पाठव, मी सगळ्यांना पाठवतो.
ग्रुप. 3 people are there.
लाईव्ह ना सगळे.
स्टार्ट करूच त्या सांग.
पण viewers आहेत का? Okay, click register. So hi everyone.
Hi. This is Rucha.
This is Tejaswini.
Hi.
We are so sorry for the delay. There were some technical issues which were completely out of our hands. And yeah, we are Team Samvad. We are so excited.
Very
today.
excited.
Yeah. So basically, we want to like really hurry this because we've already had a delay.
So we will just talk in short about Samvad. So it was started on 27th of June and it's been more than 3 months and we have counseled more than 50 clients till now and we have an amazing set of counselors and we have amazing team of MBBS students, MBA people and everything, and we really want to work towards mental health and create conversations regarding mental health which normally people don't do, and so yeah, that is all about Samvad, beautiful
and
conversation.
we've collaborated with so many wonderful organizations which we are so lucky for, and we'll talk about our team members and so much more in a while. For now,
Yeah.
let's just start with our chief guest who will be speaking.
Yes. Dr. Avinash D'Souza is a well-known psychiatrist from Mumbai, and he will be inaugurating our website, which we are going to launch right now in a while. So yeah, over to Dr. Avinash. Oh, Dr. Avinash is not online yet.
In the meanwhile, let's just talk about our team members then. So we are so grateful for our team. Starting with our counselors. So first we have Abha, who joined immediately. She's amazing with clients. She is patient and she has so much experience.
And she always gives these inputs, like, you know, what to do with Samvad and how we should handle people and everything. So her inputs are very valuable. Then we have Sushrita.
Sushrita is a ball of energy. So our first event for our launch was a quiz with the Rotary Club of Caduceus, and Sushrita was the in charge over there, and she was amazing for every collaboration. Sushrita is mostly always present with us, and yeah, she's just amazing. If you had the chance to be a part of her collaborations where she was there, you would know that she's engaging. She has so much information, and today we had a quiz and kind of a little debate at the end, and Sushita was amazing as well over there.
She is like truly the vibe of Samvad.
Yeah, she just like provides the energy.
Yeah.
Then we have Ankita.
Ankita is an amazing counselor.
So every feedback we've got, everyone is just in love with Ankita. We are so lucky to have Ankita as a part of our team. Ankita, if you're watching this, you're doing an amazing job,
and we are so lucky to have
you in our team. Then we have Madhura. Madhura is like
the cutest
person. And again, clients love her. They think of her. A client just told me that she was just like a friend and they could talk so freely with her.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's like you're talking to a friend who just knows everything and can solve your problems.
And she's
So
amazingly non-judgmental and very inclusive to everyone.
she's a great counselor.
Yeah. Then we have Kajal. Kajal has got really nice input. She's a child psychologist and she has helped with many teenager clients and many. She's counseled many children, and so then we have Dr. Samiksha. Dr. Samiksha is like this calm, composed, knowledgeable psychiatrist, and she always gives these amazing advices to the counselors and helps the counselors with the clients and everything. And she's a very valuable asset to someone.
And then we have Darshana. Darshana is she's so honest, and I remember we had a collaboration, and she just provided such good experience, insight, and she's a great counselor as well. So if you've been counseled by her and if you're here watching, then you would know that. So Darshana is another counselor which we are so lucky to have as a part of our team. And also Dr. Rohit is a team member.
Yes.
So we recently had a webinar with L2S and people were absolutely again in love with him because he's a psychiatrist, and obviously being a psychiatrist he provides his kind of experience, information only a psychiatrist can provide, and yes, we are very lucky to have him as well. And talking about our marketing team.
Yeah, marketing team. We start with Ayushi.
Ayushi, she is very intelligent. She is a multitasker.
She's such a multitasker.
And she has so many of our ideas and ideas for our Instagram page, for our Facebook page, for our YouTube page. Ayushi is the one who
And
comes
she
up
is
with these
associated
things.
with so many NGOs right now.
I don't know how she does it.
How she
So,
does it.
Ayushi is doing some amazing work.
And she's in final year MBBS right now.
And in KEM.
And in KEM.
So Ayushi is amazing. We are so lucky. She's our when you say marketing or when you say any kind of managing, Ayushi is the first that comes to our mind. Because that's how great she is. Then we have a tech guys, Chaitanya and Zaid.
Chaitanya, Ojas and Zaid.
Zaid. No, so Chaitanya and Zaid are tech guys and Ojas writes our blog. So talking about tech, Chaitanya and Zaid, if you all are watching, you all are amazing. We always have Zaid, Chaitanya, Zaid. We need this by tomorrow.
ये वीडियो करके देना. ये वीडियो. We need it by tomorrow.
We need it by today. We need it, and they're amazing. You know that because you've seen our YouTube videos, you've seen our Instagram content, and it's A1. It's immaculate, and the standard is maintained by them. So we are so lucky to have y'all. Then Ojas. So an amazing thing was
Ojas was so brave.
He shared his story with Samvad. And then he became a team member.
And he's now giving back to the society through Samvad, and it's so
and he writes amazing blogs. Check out Samvad, our WordPress blog. I think the recent one, I think it was really a hit with people. 10 habits, something about habits, but Ojas writes really well. So yeah. And
then we have Kunal Kadam. And
he's an MBA student.
It is very interesting how he came into the team because he just called me up one day and he's like, I got your number from the website, from Facebook page, and I'm an MBA person, I'm not a doctor, but I just want to join Samvad and work for mental health. I was like, okay, do you know Excel? And he's like, yes. So he's like, yeah, okay, come in on the team.
And then we have Apurva. And by the way, Ojas, Chaitanya, Zaid are all also MBBS students. Chaitanya and Ojas are final year students. Zaid is my batchmate. Apurva, another MBBS student. We have so many of MBBS students. So Apurva she has a lot of experience with marketing and PR. So she always formats all the messages, drafts all the fancy lettering and everything to catch people's attention. So yeah, we are grateful.
And she had this amazing talk with community health workers.
Right, yeah.
And she taught them how to deal with mental health of pregnant females. And it was such a successful session because the community health workers loved it. And obviously it's going to help the villagers because of that. Then we have Nandan,
who also shared his story with us. So and then he became a team member. So that's a very brave thing to do. You share your story, you pour out to the world that yes, I went through this, and Ojas and Nandan are now team members with us. So Nandan
Yes.
manages. He's a finance student, so he helps us with the finances and the registration work and all of that.
Yes. And then we have Nitya. Nitya is my junior from Pravra. She's also a co-community medicine person, and she helps with the research, and she helps. She's a good statistician, and she loves working with research, and it's amazing how she's such a avid reader. She
Right,
reads
yeah.
a lot of books.
She writes some of her blogs too, if you've
Yeah,
read them.
and she's written a blog on recommendations of different
Books for mental health. You should
related to
definitely
mental
check
health.
that out.
You should check that out. Yeah, she's an amazing person. Then we have Vinny. Vinny is also a statistician, and she has amazing inputs to everything. I mean, uh, she has written the monthly report and everything, and she's very immaculate
And very experienced.
Yes.
So, and we have Purva, who also helps us with social media and is a very
it's an
experienced.
experienced counselor. Yeah.
So this was our counseling team, Anamati, and also Dr. Milan, who backs us up when we need psychiatric intervention.
So Dr. Milan is always there to provide a psychiatric experience and help us with any inputs he wants to give. Then we have Dr. Nilesh was a community psychiatrist. He's also a great support for us. Then, of course, we want to mention our mentors,
Dr. Meena
Meena
and
Bhogde,
Dr. Harish
Harish
Shetty.
Shetty.
They may be present at some of our journal clubs if you attended. We have interviews with them on our YouTube channel, which you
Yes.
should definitely check out. And yeah, they are just our mentors and they are experienced. They are well known in the
Yes.
community, and we are so lucky that they give us their time and experience to give us their advice.
Yeah,
They consider
totally.
us worthy. So that's amazing as well.
And of course, Dr. Manoj Bhatodekar is also there to always help us. So that's it. These are all the team members,
and that is you, champ. So,
so that is all about our Samvad and the Samvad team actually.
The force behind 3 months of intense counseling, we've helped so many people, as you will see, and so many collaborations and so many different projects, videos, Instagram content, Facebook content, blogs. It's crazy what we've managed to achieve in 3 months with this team.
Yes.
And now, just be patient for a few minutes. We will get our chief guest, Dr. Avinash, and he will launch our website very soon.
Yes, yes. So, 1 second. Oh, unable to join. He sent a video. ठीक है. So Dr. Avinash is not able to join. She's got an emergency because a relative of his has COVID, and he sent a video, and we'll be playing it shortly. Till then, let's start with the music.
Yeah, let's start with the music.
And Manuka, can you be online?
Hello?
Hi, Manuka. So
Hi.
this is a dear friend of mine. I met her at a gig, and she has an amazing voice, and she's going to sing a few songs related to mental health. Over to you, Manuka.
Thank you so much. So, I am originally from the UK, and I was stuck here in India because of the lockdown. And as everyone has experienced a massive change and shift in lifestyle and dealing with circumstances and having to spontaneously build strength and adapt our ways of living to carry on and persevere and stay motivated. And I think as a musician, as an artist, it is really important to remind myself or remind yourself to continuously be creative and find elements in your day to day life that pick you up and help you carry on till the next day, and then the next day after that. So one of my favorite songs I like to sing when I'm just feeling a bit blue is a Pratik Hart song, and yeah, you'll be able to guess it. 5 a.m. trains and broken dreams call me every afternoon. Forest gum and the hurricane trail, though we never followed through. Do you have 100 words for me? 'Cause I have only 3, and you couldn't even sing for me. And I keep on writing these songs over and over, and I keep getting closer to you. The lover's home is never shown, never known to the contrary. Call me over, then my name 3 times, but you never look me in the eyes. Do you have 100 words for me? 'Cause I have only 3, and you couldn't even sing for me. And I keep on writing these songs over and over, and I keep getting closer to you. And I keep on writing these songs over and over, and I keep getting closer to you. So that was Pratik Hart. I actually recently learned that as I came to India. Didn't really know him as an artist that well before. He's amazing songs. So I'm gonna sing for you a couple of my own original pieces. One is my favorite song, my go-to track whenever I'm feeling a bit low. It wasn't intentional, so this kind of creativity spurred upon when I was very overwhelmed, stressed at work, and in the UK it was always dark. It was during the winter period, and I'd go to work early in the morning, come late at night, and then constant cycle of having to make dinner and do the house chores. I'd never have time to really breathe and allocate time to myself. And I think one weekend I just decided to put everything on hold and just go out in nature. And then I came back and this song just came out. So it wasn't intentional. It was just like real authentic art coming out based on how I was feeling. I'm running round in circles, trapped in a forest of concrete. The dark matte grey keeping out the light. Allow the shine to guide my path and lead me to the clearing my heart drives me to. I wish I could be human and live the tribal way and wake up to the bird's song with nature every day. live like a tribal man. Feelings consume rationality, and sensations overcome sensitivity. I no longer consider the consequences. I lose control as my emotions take over. I am raw, a creature in the wild, savage in my thoughts, but pure in my intentions. I move with the wind and I sleep in the soul of her roots. I'm running round in circles, lost in a forest of concrete. The dark migrate, keeping out the light, allow the shine, guide my pride, lead me to the clearing. My heart drives me to I wish I could be human and live the travel way. Wake up to the bird song with nature every day. Live like a tribal man. 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 Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Feelings consume rationality. Sensations overcome sensitivity. I no longer consider the consequences. I lose control as my emotions take over. I am raw, a creature in the wild, savage in my thoughts, pure in my intentions. I move with the wind, sleep in the soul of her roots. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. I wish I could be human and live the travel way. Wake up to the bird song with nature every day. Live like a tribal man. 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 Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. I wish I could be human and live the tribal way. Wake up to the bird song with nature every day. Live like a tribal man. 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 Oh, 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 oh. I wish I could be human. So that song is called Tribal Man, and on my debut EP called Inspired. There's a couple of other tracks on there as well. All a very folksy, acoustic, raw, unplugged kind of sound. You can check it out. This next one is a recent release. I released it just before coming to India, actually, and it was based on my travels before I came the previous year. So I'd actually come to India, traveled around Goa, went to Pune, Bangalore, Kerala, and then when I came back to the UK, I had the serious case of the blues, and I just missed everything about India. So I thought I'd reminisce and just savor all the little moments. I think that's what's really important, being able to savor and being present and being mindful of what is around you whilst you're in that time. And by doing that, I was able to remember these beautiful memories. And then I wrote a song on it, and it's called Thorasa. So this will be the last song of my set today. Thorasa, Thorasa, garmi Thorasa, pani. I'm a little thirsty. Gaadi ki आवाज सुंदर गाए आवाज रौनक सा melody. My mind flows, Bergala, a footprints left, going to capture this. Take it in, tell me your story. With you under her stars, with you under her stars. Mango sweet, thirsty momos and biryani. Cover my face, Kadi cotton kitchen be inhaling the aroma. Ishq is my mind flows, Bergala, our footprints left, are going to capture this. Take it in, tell me your story. With you under her stars, with you under her stars, with you under her stars. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. That was so beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much.
so much. I really hope
It
the
was very
connection
much
was good. You could hear me.
Yes.
I really hope the connection was good and you could hear me properly.
It was
And it was
good. It was beautiful, and it was streamed properly and everything. And
Yeah.
it was so beautiful.
issues are gone now. So everyone, please join in and like stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
So,
See ya.
Thank you so much, Manuka. Bye. Hey, so next up is Nihar Shembekar. He's my school batchmate and he's an amazing singer and a music composition. So Nihar, can you be online?
Yes, I am online.
Yay,
Can you
hello.
see and hear me properly?
Yes, I
Because
can see.
my camera is in front of me, and you guys
I
you
think the
guys are at the back
audio
of me.
is.
we can't hear you.
We can't hear you properly. Yeah.
Okay, check. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello.
Uh,
Is this better?
नहीं थोड़ा
Just
कम ही आता है आवाज.
louder.
हाँ.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I'll take the mic a
Ah,
little
please.
closer. Let me see if it's not coming in. Okay, it's not. Okay.
हाँ,
Now,
better,
can you hear me
better.
now? Better? Hello, check, check, check. Is this better?
Great.
Okay. So thank you, Rucha and Tejaswini. I was listening to the whole thing, and it's great that you guys have started something like this, which is dedicated to mental health, because this year, more than any other years, we know the importance of mental health and of just keeping our mind a little clutter free. So, if you want to say something, otherwise I'll start with.
Yeah, you
some
can
of the
start.
songs
You
that
can
I
start.
like.
Please switch off the camera.
Thank you. Also, it's great to be performing for. I guess there are a lot of doctors in the people who are watching us, and for somebody like me who is like, we can say, not really actively working for the pandemic. It's great to be performing for you guys, especially because you guys are doing some amazing work, and like मैं जितना भी कहूँ वो उसके लिए कम है. So the first song is actually dedicated to all the doctors who are listening to us right now, and because of you guys, we are able to like be safe, and thank you is a very small word for this. So I'm just gonna sing for you. Okay, I'm learning this instrument. This is called a ukulele. I'm still learning it, so please excuse me if I'm not as good. By the way, Manuka was great, right? Manuka, you were great. I couldn't tell you in the comments, but I really loved the way you sing, and I'm not as good as you on the guitar, but let's see. So I'm mixing two songs, and both of the songs mean something which is very close to my heart. पंज दरियावा दे पैदा सुन बंदे आवे इस मिट्टी दे बेकैदा सुन बंदे आवे जो तू ना होवे लैदा सुन बंदे आवे बैठा मदारी तू गगन ते बंदा जमूरा है मगन है हो खुद से रूबरू मन दर्पण तक ले तू गल पल्ले बन ले तू हर शय में अल्लाह टूटा टूटा एक परिंदा ऐसे टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया लूटा लूटा किसने उसको ऐसे लूटा कि फिर उड़ ना पाया गिरता हुआ वो आसमां से आकर गिरा जमीन पर ख्वाबों में फिर भी बादल ही थे वो कहता रहा मगर के अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गया था हर सपना जब वो टूटा टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गया था, टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गया था हर सपना जब वो टूटा, बिखरे टुकड़ों में अल्लाह की मर्जी का मंजर पाएगा। अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, अल्लाह के बंदे, अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा। अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, अल्लाह के बंदे, अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा। I'm just gonna see if the comments are all right. Okay. My voice is okay, right? Like the sound is okay. You can just write it in the comments. होके अपने पर ही तो उसने था उड़ना सीखा, होके अपने पर ही तो, होके अपने पर ही तो उसने था उड़ना सीखा। गम को अपने साथ में ले ले, दर्द भी तेरे काम आएगा। अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, अल्लाह के बंदे, अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा। अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, अल्लाह के बंदे, अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा। अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे, जो भी हो कल फिर आएगा। Isn't this such a beautiful song? And Kailash Kher, I think, has composed and sung this one. And it's a song that always makes me positive, and yeah, it's a beautiful song. So I hope that you liked it. I'm just gonna check if the comments are all right, so that मुझे पता है कि आपको मेरी आवाज़ सही से आ रही है, because that is the main concern today. Okay, superb. I'm glad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there are two more songs that I want to sing. The next one is actually a song that I have composed and written, and now I'm gonna switch languages because the next song is in Marathi. Maybe आप सब को शायद मराठी नहीं पता है, लेकिन this is a song that I have written specially because like it was a time when I wasn't feeling well. I was not good, and it was a time which was a little stressful and hard. आणि मी तेव्हा हे गाणं लिहिलेलं पहिल्यांदा, and it basically talks about that phase in your life where you don't know what to do, when you're confused, and after that I think I have come a long way in terms of managing my own thoughts and emotions, but तेव्हा मला ते यायचं नाही. सो दिस सॉन्ग इज अबाउट दॅट, आणि जे लोक मराठी असतील त्यांना कळेलच. And this song is already released on YouTube and other platforms, so if you like it you can also check it out. I have my social media, I will write it down later. Okay, so this is a song. ह्या गाण्याचं नाव आहे लाटा, आणि हे गाणं मी स्वतः लिहिलंय आणि कंपोज केलं आणि गायलंही आहे. घाबरतोस तू, घाबरतो मी ह्या अंधाराला, हो लपतोस तू, लपतो मी कळेना कशाला. लाटा नेक लाटा, लाटा लाटा नेक लाटा, लाटा श्वास रोखतो गुदमरतो बुडून जातो. लाटा नेक लाटा, लाटा दिवसा मागून दिवस प्रकाशाचा खेळ वेळ प्रत्येक क्षण जाणवतो सुरुवात करावी तर कुठून सारच विस्कटलेलं आठवणी फक्त साठवतो. So when we are not in the right space, the days feel like it's just passing and it's just a play of light. Prakashacha khela. And you don't know where to start because everything is so messed up that you don't know where you should start because it seems so big. It's like a mountain in front of you. So this talks about that. दिवसा मागून दिवस प्रकाशाचा खेळ वेळ प्रत्येक क्षण जाणवतो सुरुवात करावी तर कुठून सारच विस्कटलेलं आठवणी फक्त साठवतो. थकतोस तू थकतो मी ह्या जगण्याला रडतोस तू रडतो मी अश्रू संपवायला लाटा नेक लाटा 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 नेक लाटा लाटा श्वास रोखतो गुदमरतो बुडून जातो लाटा नेक लाटा लाटा हात घे हातात माझा किनारा जरी नाही कुठे एकटा नाहीस तू ह्या वादळी वाऱ्यां पुढे मी आहे घाबरू नकोस तू मी आहे रडू नकोस तू मी आहे लपू नकोस तू मी आहे. What this song means and what Samvad as an NGO is looking to do. I'm sure they've just started and they're gathering all the energy with them. They have a beautiful team, but this is exactly what Samvad as an NGO and all of us need to do. That maybe we don't have a solution for the problem that somebody faces, but we can be with them. We can just tell them that they're not alone, because that is the most important thing when you are in that. Like, growth definitely comes later when you work on it, but at that time, I guess if somebody just says that I'm with you, I think that is enough. So that was Lata. Please do check it out on YouTube and other platforms. I'm just gonna check the comments. Thank you. Mostly positive, so that's great. And now I'm just gonna sing the last song, which everybody knows. So if you are at home and if nobody's around you, then you can sing. Okay? Even if somebody's around you, you can sing. That's okay. But it's important that you sing, because singing really helps in getting all the negative thoughts out. So let's sing this together. साला अभी अभी हुआ यकीन कि याद है मुझ सुबह. That was ये मेरे घर का कुकर था. मैं जल गया सूरज को मैं निगल गया रूबरू रोशनी रूबरू रोशनी जो गुमशुदा सा ख्वाब था जो मिल गया वो खिल गया ओ खिंचा खिंचा मचल गया सितार में बदल गया रूबरू रोशनी. You have to sing रूबरू. रूबरू रोशनी धुआं झटा खुला गगन मेरा नहीं डगर नया सफर मेरा तो बन सके तू हम सफर मेरा नजर मिला जरा. Sing with me. धुआं झटा खुला गगन मेरा नहीं डगर नया सफर मेरा जो बन सके तू हम सफर मेरा नजर मिला जरा. आंधियों से झगड़ रही है नाव मेरी अब मशालों सी बढ़ रही है लो मेरी नामो निशान रहे ना रहे ये कारवां रहे ना रहे ओ उजाले में पी गया रोशन हुआ सी गया क्यों सहते रहे रूबरू रोशनी रूबरू रोशनी रूबरू धुआं झटा खुला गगन मेरा नहीं डगर नया सफर मेरा जो बन सके तू हम सफर मेरा रोशनी. Thank you. I apologize for the cooker, but thank you so much, guys. It was great. I wish Samvad and every member joined with Samvad all the best. It's a great thing that you guys are planning to do, and I'm sure you'll be great at it. From a time when we didn't used to discuss about our mental issues and mental health to a time where we have an organization dedicatedly working for it. I'm sure a lot of them are, but mere pehchan mein yahi hai. So Rucha, Tejaswini and everybody else who is involved, all the best, and do let me know if I can do anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nihar. You can see the comments.
Thank
There's
Yeah,
such
everyone's a fan.
amazing comments. Everybody's a fan now.
Thank you. I'm glad everybody enjoyed, because today is about giving that positivity for anybody who might be facing this, and you guys are there to help them out. So
And positive vibes from us to you also. Yeah.
thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so this is the moment. Just wait for like a few minutes. We will be launching our website. Don't go anywhere. Our website is almost here.
Yes. The website is going to be shown on the screen now.
And
So yeah, we have put in a lot of effort, and
Mm.
thanks to Sanjay and thanks to Sanket, we have been able to put up this website
and just this live stream, you're facing so many technical issues, but now
Yes.
it's all running smoothly. So we're going to have the website launch now, and then right after the website launch, we have members from Switch India, the Plain Jar, Mukti, and Caregiver Sathi. These four are NGOs, and we thought it's World Mental Health Day, so why not ask other NGOs about the work they're doing? Right?
Yeah.
So stay tuned because there's going to be so much now. It's super exciting. I'm so excited. So yes, first to the website launch.
The website launch. Oh shit.
Oh god, our mic was off this entire time.
Oh my god.
But our website is here, guys.
Website is here. You can see the website. So you can take an appointment of the counselor through this, and we are going to help break the stigma. And we also do awareness creation through our different social media platforms. This is what we do. It is all up there on the website. You can check it out. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we've been since day one of Samvad. We were thinking about what to do with the website. So yeah,
Here it is.
that is
That is us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pictures of our other team members will be put up
Put up
shortly.
shortly,
We
yeah.
love our team. I think we made that clear. We love our team too much.
Yeah. These are some happy stories about how people joined us. Okay, so we had a webinar for the KEM people, and Dr. Sunil Pandya had amazing feedback for us. These are the different interviews we had with Dr. Meena Bobde,
Then we have an interview with Dr. Harish Shetty and
Dr. Manoj Bhattade.
and also I interviewed Pranav
Yeah.
about just the LGBTQ community and the discrimination they face and how that would lead to mental health problems.
So it's all up there on
It's
the
all on
website.
our website.
This is the homepage of the website, and it is launched.
It's launched. You can go check it out right now.
Right now. Samvad.ngo.com. Yeah. Isn't that it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm very excited.
Yay.
So
So yeah, that's the website. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So now we have. Should we stream the video first, or should we talk about the NGOs first?
we will talk about the NGOs first.
Okay, so we have different. As I said, we have members from different NGOs coming. So first we have Switch India.
Yes. Yeah. First we have Switch India. They have a venture called Inside Out. I was a part of it for a few years back, and it's an amazing venture where people there are volunteers who counsel people through emails. And Dr. Vidhi is there with us to talk about it. Vidhi, can you come online? नहीं है श्रुति है वो श्रुति So Shruti is here with us till then. Shruti, can you come online?
Shruti is from Nirman. Sorry. Shruti is from Mukti, and she's also a part of Nirman.
Okay.
So, hi Shruti.
Hi Shruti, how are you?
Hi guys, it's great to be here. Am I
Thank you
audible?
so much. We are really sorry for all the confusion. Is
No,
Divya
it's
here?
totally fine. Yeah, I think that she's not able to join. She was
We
facing some
can
technical.
start then. So Shruti and Divya are members of Mukti, and thanks to Ayushi, we were able to get them on board. So they're just gonna tell us about what they do.
Okay.
Over to y'all.
Yeah, hi. So Divya and I are basically representing this nascent organization called Mukti, which was founded by medical students, specifically a final year MBBS student, Ojas Krishnani, like during the lockdown. So this is basically like a sort of brainchild of Ojas through Nirman, basically, like during his camp in Nirman, during that whole experience, where we sort of want to focus on delivering interventions and raising awareness about a very important issue that comes under mental health, which is substance use. And honestly, there's been a lot that's said about substance use, and there's a lot of interventions also. But it honestly sounds all like a broken record, and people have become desensitized to a lot of the sort of interventions that are carried out, and the awareness campaigns. But basically, we discovered and we really realized from Nirman and after reading up online and like through research articles that the problem of substance use and substance use disorders is honestly an alarming issue that really people deserve to know a lot about. And so this was all started with the question in mind, how do you raise awareness about an issue that's as talked about as substance use disorders in the context of regular people, and what can the community do to intervene, and what can medical students do, what impact can you have in changing the sort of perceptions of people about substance use, and getting them to sort of if to make them realize that uh, they may have a problem, and that's all right, that substance use does not have to have the kind of stigma that it unfortunately faces today, and the kind of sort of it's just it occurs behind closed doors, and it occurs without a lot of conversation, uh, and we wanted to bring it out into the open and sort of provide community intervention. So basically, when we started off, we needed to first know the exact severity of the problem. And there has been a lot of very recent and in the last few years, a lot of studies have come out that really raise the alarm on substance use. Like the global burden of disease, a study in the journal Lancet that said that the safe limit of alcohol is zero. And there is one stat that honestly is very impactful, that 1 in 3 Indians who are substance users are at risk of developing substance use disorder, which is like a diagnosable DSM-5 disorder with functional impairment and a lot of very significant impacts, which we don't realize because of how visible and sort of socially acceptable and intertwined with social cultural practices these drugs are, like alcohol and tobacco to a lesser extent. We don't really think that, yeah, okay, everyone uses it and I am in control and I'm not going to, no one around me is like that. And no one around me is, I don't see it being a problem being talked about as a potentially a sort of a problem. It's encouraged. There's a lot of peer pressure in our society. So we wanted to sort of create and induce ambivalence in the minds of people regarding the risk, basically. And the fact that substance use is uh, a it's a serious uh, issue, and if you feel that you have a problem, then uh, you deserve to be able to sort of view it in a way that focuses on uh, intervening and sort of like any other illness, basically. Like substance use, while talking about substance use, a lot of people really stigmatize it, and words like abuse and addiction, which have been removed from the medical terminology years ago, are still thrown around very casually, and that really causes poor health seeking behavior among people who have a problem. And so we wanted to do something that is basically focused on primary prevention, rather. Like, even in subclinical cases, if you have a problem, if you feel like you're not in control, but you don't really know what to do about it, uh, we're here, and we're a community that can help you. So, what exactly is the how do you do this? Like, how did we go about uh, trying to do this? We basically uh, thought that if we're going to create ambivalence among people, the first thing is that we have to inform them and give them the sort of facts, the ground reality regarding substance use. So we have a lot of psychoeducational videos that break down uh, basically what happens when someone reaches for a substance, and what uh, sort of the neuropsychiatry of, or the behavioral sort of aspects of substance use, but which are explained in lay terms and sort of in a lucid language. So what I'm going through, like what is happening to me, that is kind of broken down. And our content development team is doing like really cool things to deliver this sort of information and knowledge to people in a very sort of attractive, like, in sort of like a an easy to understand manner. So that's a huge part of what Mukti is trying to do. And
Divya here.
oh,
Shruti, sorry to interrupt you. Divya's here.
hi.
So y'all can just carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about the psychosocial education aspects of what we do at Mukti, and then sort of, so basically, there are a lot of medically backed scientific mechanisms behind substance use and substance use disorder. And, like, for example, the stages of change, pre-contemplation, contemplation, action, maintenance, relapse, all of these sort of scientific terms need to be explained to someone who may be in the various stages of these changes. So, like, we basically have people who aren't convinced that they have a problem. Then we have people who think that they might have a problem but are unsure. They have sort of a different sort of process is going on in their head about what to do about the problem. And there are people who want to actually do, but like to actually try to change their sort of dependence or like their use, but don't know how. And then there are people who've gone through like the sort of troughs and crests of uh, being dependent and having bad days, and then quitting, and sort of it lasting for like a few weeks and months, and then always yo-yoing back. There are a lot of stages. There's a spectrum of like people in different phases, basically. So basically, we want to explain all of this and how it is an inevitable sort of part of, like, the behavioral psychiatry that surrounds substance use. And once we kind of inform these people, and like we inform the community at large, and people who may have a problem, who are not doing so well with their substance use, we kind of offer them, you can reach out to us. We give them a helpline number, which is a completely anonymous and private sort of helpline number. It's completely free. And at the other end of that telephone call is like a medical student, an undergraduate medical student, who essentially delivers a sort of intervention, a community based intervention called motivation intervention interviewing, which is something that we actually found out the WHO has uh, had sort of come up with in 2003. And any like it's to train the community, people from the community, to deliver counseling to people who deal with issues of substance use, which may be subclinical, may be diagnosed. Divya, I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you were saying.
The WHO stats show that motivational interviewing works 23 to 26% of the time, and it helps people quit their substances. So basically, we in at Victoria today with evidence-based research approach, we have an evidence-based approach. So everything that we do is backed up with stats and evidence. Basically. So if you look at our page, our Instagram page, we have a number of projects that we keep putting up. So recently we had the Sherlock series, and before that, the myth busting series, because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions regarding substance use. And I think I was telling you that before she joined me, she did not know that even like recreational drinking, or people don't really know that recreational drinking can also be really harmful. And when we back it up with stats, like people even recreational drinking that they can control their drinking end up being dependent on alcohol 20% of the time, and that is a huge number. So when we read statistics like this, I think it backed us our what we need to work for even more. And I think that is why the first thing that we do when we get a caller at Nifty is to congratulate them for approaching us and trusting us to not judge them in any way, which is very important to us, because one of our main aims is to destigmatize the entire taboo that comes with a person having a substance disorder. And even though terms like addiction and abuse have been removed from the medical language a long while ago, people still continue to use them. And we want them, like Shreya said earlier, that we want substance use disorder to be treated like any other chronic disease, like diabetes or hypertension. And just like people require treatment for diabetes or hypertension lifelong, in the same way, people can be treated for substance use disorder lifelong as long as they're requiring counseling and therapy, and it can be treated as well. So, along with counseling people and talking to people who are undergoing the problem of substance use, we also believe in counseling their families, because studies show that when family intervention was done, when the families were counseled, there was a higher chance of the person stopping alcohol. And so, along with pharmacotherapy, family intervention is also very important. So, I think the pandemic has given us this opportunity to, sit down and think about how we can understand that what affects the lives of people. And we are privileged enough to have gotten this opportunity, and I think we've used it well now that we have.
Yeah, like as Divya was saying, it's basically we have to bring them into the fold of the healthcare system. There's a lot that's done for substance use disorder, SUD, which is like the formally diagnosed disorder. And people who have formally diagnosed disorders need very professionally delivered, intensive, extensive care that often involves pharmacotherapy. But a lot of times, these people don't come under the fold of the healthcare system until it is too late, until they have the full blown disease. And that's where we felt that our sort of counseling was of value, because it brings them into the fold often early enough before they develop the full blown disorder, to prevent that from occurring, and in certain cases to stop the progression of its occurrence, and to bring them into the fold of the healthcare system. Like if we get a caller that has a full blown SUD that is obvious enough that he does, we also counsel them to seek professional help. And actually, we were very surprised.
Like we assure them along with pharmacotherapy that we will be there for them every step of the way. I think this is where
Yeah,
Samvad and Mukti go hand in hand, about the both of our NGOs agree with the treatment lag that there is between for mental health disorders. Like you all had a very
exactly.
interesting on your page, which spoke about the treatment lag, and it clearly showed that substance use disorder was alcohol use disorder was one of the big ones up there. So
Yes.
only
Yeah,
7% people access, like have the access to treatment, and that is mainly because of simple reasons like the lack of awareness that people like us are ready to help. So
and
I
stigma is a big part of that, which is where
Stigma.
someone, right, yeah, like to convert
The
is a huge
first
part.
thing that the person takes up the phone and calls us is a big thing. Like,
Exactly.
Yes,
Absolutely, absolutely.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
we are different NGOs, but I think all of us are working towards the same thing, and that is why it's such a big deal for us that on the day where you guys have achieved such a huge milestone of starting your own
yeah,
website,
absolutely.
we are part of this
We're really
journey.
glad.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We are
Thank you so much
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
for
Yeah, it was
joining.
so informative and well detailed.
Yes, yes.
I hope our audience has a good idea now. Everyone who's watching of what you guys do. Again, thank you so much for participating in our
Um,
event. Great.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Please check out our social media handles,
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
and
definitely.
yeah,
We have
like we
seen
have
your
design.
WhatsApp posts and everything. They
We've
are
seen yeah, it's
so
so well
interesting.
curated and very
Yes.
informative.
so much for
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Now,
Congratulations.
Thank
thank you.
So we will have
Switch India with us now.
yeah, Switch India is another organization, and we have
Vidhi from
Switch India. So
Vidhi, can you come online? Yes, she's here. Hi,
Hi.
Vidhi.
I think with you on mute, we can't hear
You're on mute.
We'll let her take stage now, and she will talk about her organization and everything.
No, you're still on mute.
We can't hear you.
No. Should we ask again? Yes. 8 seconds.
Can you unmute?
Can you
your mic?
unmute your mic? We still can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you.
Do you have headphones? Okay,
Okay, so we'll have Kuhu from the Plain Jar joining in the meantime till Vidhi figures it out. I'll just make sure Kuhu is here.
maybe Vidhi will join in a few seconds. Vidhi, are you able to work your mic?
Yeah, Kuhu's here. Yeah, Kuhu, come on.
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. How are you doing?
We're so glad to
Great.
have you.
And
Yeah.
it's so nice to have you because we know it was at really short notice. So it's awesome that you were able to make it on World Mental Health Day. So who's from the Plain Jar? And if you've not seen their social media handles, I suggest you check it out. It's extremely impressive and it's amazing. And we'll let her talk about it. Over to you.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Kuhutawadi. I'm from the Plainjar Welfare Foundation, and I am the acting president of the organization. So, some of the work we do that I want to tell you about is we work in mainly three verticals. So, we work in the spaces of abuse, we work in the spaces of mental health, and we also work in the space of the queer community and how we can make sure that the queer community is treated fairly and provided the resources that they do deserve but sometimes don't get because of their identity of being queer or from the LGBTQIA plus community. And a lot of the work we do is centered around these three verticals. However, we also work at the intersection of all of these verticals and just see how mental health plays such an important role in our lives. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about the work we do today. But first of all, I'd really like to thank the team at Samvad for having us on. The Plain Jar is really, really excited to see so many initiatives come up in the space of mental health. And yeah, we really just, we're very excited to have this small collaboration and hope that we can continue this in the future as well. It wasn't short notice at all. We're really happy to be here. Um, to give context to our organization, we are turning three this year. So we have been working in this space for the past 3 years, and I have been attached to the organization for the past 1 year. And the organization actually started with our founder, Isha Sridhar, who basically faced physical abuse in her life when she was a younger child. And trigger warning for descriptions of violence. If you are a little uncomfortable with that, I would suggest stepping away for a little bit. But she did face some abuse at the hands of the domestic help employed in her house. And it was at a very young age. And so she ended up forgetting most of the abuse and did not count that as something that was very out of the ordinary for her almost. And it was only when she received mental health awareness education and psychology education in the 11th and 12th grade was when she realized that what had happened to her was not okay. And she basically then realized that she was suffering from a few mental health disorders, which were basically not even holding her back, but sort of not making her the happiest she could be. So she started doing this thing where she would write whatever would make her happy, and she would fold it up in a plane and she would put it up in a jar. And that's how we got our name, which is the plain jar. And she wanted to make sure that the sorts of experiences that she had, nobody else would ever have, or we could make sure that in whatever capacity we could do it to like make sure nobody else is facing this. So that's how we came about. Like I said, we work in the spaces of abuse, of mental health, and the LGBTQIA plus community. And a lot of our work is fairly involved with providing resources. So we provide resources in a few capacities. We have a program called the Buddy System, which is basically where we have trained interns on our team who act as pre-counselors. And they are pre-counselors in the sense of they act as a stepping stone towards counseling because getting help can be extremely hard and sometimes what you want primarily is an empathetic listener, someone who will give you a shoulder to cry on, and somebody who will just listen to you essentially. And that is what the buddy is trained to do. They are active listeners. They also know how to deal with panic attacks, how to deal with suicidal ideation, how to basically take whatever is happening, like a panic attack or suicidal ideation, making sure that the body is able to ground themselves and sort of reach this state where they are not as triggered anymore or they are not in that same state of panic. and they are trained by our organization. We have a 9-day training program called Child Abuse Awareness and Survivors Assistance, which is called CASA, and we have it twice a year, and we train interns to become these primary respondents. They are certified within our organization, and they receive cases, and they act as pre-counselors within our team. We also have a support group which is run by a moderated professional. She is a trained therapist, and so she makes sure that that is a space for complete openness and complete non-judgment, and you can speak about whatever is bothering you or how you have been feeling, just how your week has been, honestly. And that is what our support group looks like. We also have a pay as you can policy for our clients, because we do realize therapy can be inaccessible sometimes because of how expensive it is, and not everybody can afford it. So we look at providing therapy for people through minimized rates with a directory of therapists that we do have. All of the therapists that we have are queer reformative, they are trauma informed, and we make sure we make like a list of checks to make sure that the therapist is right for the client. But in case the client is still unable to afford therapy, we do also pay for therapy of clients. So that is some of the work that we do. Apart from this, we do a lot of training programs, a lot of awareness programs, because like our founder realized what was happening was wrong through education, we want to make sure that we also make like provide this education to others, just to make sure that everyone is on the same footing with how mental health awareness exists. Um, I feel like not only in the country but globally, there is a lot of stigma still attached to mental health, even though we are doing better at it. But a lot of the facets of mental health are not as explored, or not as experienced, or sort of looked out for. And what ends up happening is that because these experiences are not our own, we are not able to attach value to them. So just because someone is not queer, they might not know how to treat queer people with compassion, but that is not true. And that's what we want to do. We want to provide this education so we know how to be sensitized, how to um, make mental health a priority, and how to sort of just treat people with compassion, honestly. So that's some of the work we do. We are available on our website, which is theplainjar.com. Like Samvad so graciously mentioned, we do have an Instagram page where you can look out for us as well. And we have a host of training programs if anyone wants to get involved with the NGO. And if anyone would like any sort of resources, you can always reach out to us on our Instagram or on our phone number, which is available on Instagram page as well. So that's it from my side. Very happy to have had the opportunity to come on and speak about the work that we do. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thank you, Kuhu, for
Thank you,
coming.
Kuhu.
It's an amazing organization, and we really hope to work more with you all in the future. This was like the
Of
first
course,
kind
yeah.
of. I'm looking forward to
Yes,
some great
definitely.
collaborations.
Let's have more collaborations.
Yeah. So
I'm
we
really
will.
glad I was able to come on as well. Thank you so much.
Great.
Bye.
Next we have,
Bye.
we'll have Anish from Caregiver Caregiver Sathi coming in. Anish, are you there?
Man, can we have a beat?
Hmm, please.
Hi,
No,
Vidhi.
we need to have Anish first.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Vidhi. Hi.
Hi, you can hear me now?
Yes, can hear you. So Vidhi is from Switch
Okay,
India.
hi.
She there was a initiative called Inside Out, which was started by Switch India, and thank you so much, Vidhi, for joining us and sharing your story with us. So please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having me here and letting me speak about our initiative. And secondly, congratulations on your launch of the website. You guys are doing a great job. Okay,
Thank you.
so we're talking about this venture called Inside Out. We run this NGO called as Switch India, which was started in 2016, and it's a NGO which aims to provide healthcare services to the underprivileged people free of cost. It also provides a platform to the medical students
so that they can learn and develop their skills and become better doctors, because we believe better the doctors, better will be the patient care thereafter. Um, we after 1 year of its conception, we realized, along with all the physical healthcare that we were taking care of, mental health concerns are uprising and kind of neglected because of the stigma and not really looked after. So we thought we could start something on mental health, uh, trying to do as much as we can on that whole thing. Um, so in 2017, we started this venture called as Inside Out. Okay, so Inside Out is a free anonymous helpline service wherein anybody from having any issues ranging from something that's very small as an academic stress or any minor stress to something as serious as a medically diagnosed mental health condition. They can get in touch with us online and can seek support, can have a patient here to listen to, can talk to someone for suggestions and advices. So basically, we started Inside Out with two mottos. One, we know that there are a lot of stigma associated along with mental health. So people who want to seek help, they do not really come forward and tell others that, okay, I need some help because of the stigma. And so we thought we would keep it an online platform so that anybody can seek help without having other people around them judge them. So this was an online platform kept, which is completely anonymous and confidential. Along with that, we also realized that the traditional therapy that is ongoing is quite expensive, and not everybody can afford it. So we thought we would keep this as a free service. So Inside Out does not really replace traditional therapy. Definitely not. It actually bridges the gap between the one wanting to seek help but fearful of getting any professional help. So what we do is, at times when required, we also convince the clients, we also explain the clients, guide them as to how important professional therapy is, and we also refer them to the psychologist and the psychiatrist for further treatment. Now, apart from that, as we have been moving a step ahead every year, we realize that it's not only an issue of the youth, but also of the working population, of the married couples. And eventually, we started getting more and more psychologists in those specialized fields on board. And now we are actually catering to a diverse population. Along with that, we also thought that language should not be a barrier for someone to communicate freely. So we started support in English, Hindi, and Marathi as of now. We are looking at expanding in other vernacular languages as well. Um, Apart from that, we also have a lot of mental health related content released on a lot of social media handles on our website. So this is basically to fight the stigma along associated with mental health, to give courage to people who are facing issues, and to let them know that there are a lot of sources which are out there to help them, and they are not alone. So it's a digital support that they require, which we try to provide them. Um, well, to sum it up in very few words, it's a free, anonymous, confidential helpline number. So your identity is completely kept anonymous while you are communicating with one of the counselors. And yeah, so we have been trying to reach out to as many people as possible, because more the people we reach out to, there are chances there are chances more the people will be able to help. So if you guys know anybody who might require any kind of support, and we will be able to you think we'll be able to help them, please do send across the email helpline service ID. It's inside out at the rate switchindia.org. And yeah, that's more or less about it.
Hey Vidhi, thank you so much.
Hi.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So it is great to see you over here, and because I was also a part of Inside Out, and it's amazing. Thank you so much, Vidhi.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And all the best, you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
So next up
Bye.
is
Take care.
Anish. You there?
Anish from Caregiver Sathi.
Okay, Dr. Vineet has put in the comments inside out at switchindia.org if anybody wants to
Know about
check
them.
and know about them. You can check
I
out their
will
website.
just call Anish.
So yeah, that was some of the amazing NGOs working towards mental health, and yeah, we are having Anish online in some time.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem. Thank you for. Yeah, alright, thank you.
Yes, Apurva. Apurva is part of Mukti and also Samvad. So yeah, so it's great.
Guys, Anish has a power shortage. So in the meantime,
We'll play a video, and
So we have two videos. We have one kind of a surprise, a twist survey video with a twist. There's that, and there's another. So for the survey video,
Ayushi, Advik,
and
and Apurva
have worked on it. So I hope you enjoy that. And another video in which we want to inspire everyone who's watching to reach out and ask for help to make that conversation. So Zaid has made this amazing video that has compiled all the amazing feedback we have received from our clients. So
First up, we'll show the trailer of the video of the survey.
Yeah.
So yeah, here is it.
Anish is here, guys. So we'll play the videos later. And Anish is here. So Anish from Caregiver Sathi. Hi.
Hi Anish.
Hi everyone. Sorry,
Hi.
I don't know what happened. Mumbai never has a power outage, and it happened just a few minutes back. But luckily, I'm back on. Can you guys hear me? I can't hear you.
Yes, yes, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you. So over to you. Talk about your organization and your experience with it.
All right, sure. So, thanks for putting this together. I was listening to a few of the earlier organizations, and it was an insightful look into what else is happening in the mental health area. What Caregiver Sathi is attempting to do is that while we can look at breaking up mental health into diagnosed conditions like schizophrenia, etc., or we can talk about things like substance use disorder and things like that. We have taken a slightly different stance where we have similar challenges, but what we realize is that in the Indian healthcare system, be it societal or be it what's provided by the institutional healthcare setup, currently the entire focus tends to be on the patient, right? It's about the cure or the care of the patient. However, one critical component that gets overlooked is that of the family caregiver, and that's because as you know, in our Indian society, the role of caregiving is considered to be pretty much a part of our duty, and things like that. And because of that, what the specific uh, challenges, the mental stresses, the caregiver burden, and caregiver burnout that the family is going through tends to be unrecognized, underreported, undertracked, etc. Now, in most of the other situations that we've talked about, it still tends to be the individual who, as a result of choices that he or she has made, that they are facing a situation where there might be a need for counseling or support. In the case of caregiving, nobody has done anything to get a particular disease or a condition, and least of all, the family caregiver, right? And the fact of the matter is that, as Rosalind Carter said many years ago, we're all eventually going to be caregivers or we're going to need care, right? And be it aging parents or be it something unexpected like a stroke or cancer, etc., the conditions in which caregiving is active or needed are quite diverse. What Caregiver Sathi is doing is that we have taken up the responsibility of creating a more sensitive and caring community and ecosystem to help empower caregivers to take care of themselves while they are taking care of the patients. There is a lot of research internationally, unfortunately, none in India, to validate the fact that the quality of care that any system can provide is significantly impacted by the overall mental health of the caregiver, right? And this can be a family caregiver, it can be a professional caregiver, but at the end of the day, the quality of care is dependent on that. To give you a very classic example, let's take the case of when you're catching a flight, right? There's an announcement always that first put on your oxygen mask before you try and help somebody else. It's the same thing. Unfortunately, while in many conditions these choices are pretty easy, in the context of caregiving, these become more complex, where there are issues of guilt, there are issues of the nature of the relationship, and things like that, which end up influencing these choices. In our society, if you were to make an argument that we need to spend X amount of money to get the best operation for a patient, that is looked as fairly logical. But should a family caregiver say that, I need to go in for counseling, or I need to learn how to deal with these situations better, or I need to worry about my own physical and mental health, that tends to be frowned upon, right? We have all of these stories and narratives in our culture which talk about Shravan Kumar being the ideal son and all of that, which is all about self sacrifice and losing yourself. And that's the changed mindset that we are trying to deal with. How does Caregiver Sathi do that? Right now, we have a significant presence on the digital platform to try and educate family caregivers, because one of our big challenges is that they should self-identify themselves as caregivers. There tends to be some confusion about terminologies because you can a lot of people perceive that caregivers is somebody who you hire to take care of a patient, while we think of them as caretakers and not as caregivers. So it's a subtle difference. It's much like the lady a few NGOs ago was talking about the confusion between a substance use disorder is being the appropriate terminology and it being treated less empathetically by calling it addiction and stuff like that, right? So, in a similar sense, there is a lower sensitivity about these terminologies, as well as Classic situation, I'll tell you, whenever a family caregiver is called by a family member or a friend, the question tends to be, patient kaisa hai? What's happening with the patient? Is he or she eating properly? Are they getting their exercise? Are they getting access to medical care? But rarely is the question asked that, how are you doing? How can I be of help? Right? And that's the ecosystem that we are trying to develop. Now, we have done some seminal research in that area, and we have identified that overall well-being, as defined by the WHO, is comprised of 7 different elements of well-being, and each individual needs to be able to work on each of those elements to be able to have an overall sense. This includes physical or physiological, mental and emotional, spiritual, or looking at financial and legal well-being, creative expression, and things like that. So we provide access to information and training, and sensitization and awareness programs using a combination of stories that caregivers talk about what challenges they faced and how they dealt with them, so that people who are currently in that stage can get access to that kind of information. uh, we conduct webinars where we have experts who come and talk about some of these challenges, and we also have developed an app for a family caregiver to better organize their caregiving responsibilities so that they can create more bandwidth for them to be able to take care of themselves while providing better care to the patient. So those are the kind of digital and online tools that we provide. We also provide some offline kind of outreach programs to provide them access to respite care and things like that. We are also providing counseling and training to family caregivers to be better able to deal with the challenges which will definitely come in the way of caregiving. What our research shows, which is backed up by international research, is that about 70 to 80% of caregiving for chronic long term conditions is fairly consistent, irrespective of the nature of the condition, right? And so that's what we are trying to do over here, try and bring in some best practices from what we see happening in the global platform and try and take it forward. For that, we also need access to, a lot of young, enthusiastic folks like you to be, interns and volunteers to try and carry this commitment and theme forward, because, you know, it's very difficult to bring about systemic change. And we believe that it is only the energy and enthusiasm of the youth which can help bring about this changed mindsets. Because, at the end of the day, you guys are going to be the caregivers of the future, right? And people like us are probably getting a little old for doing this kind of stuff. We need you guys to bring about that changed sensitivity and mindset, and that's why we are happy to be here with you to support you guys in whichever way we can. The fact of the matter is, and there might be some learnings from our experience that you can use in your journey forward from the website onwards as well, that uh, getting stuff out there in terms of awareness, etc., is all well and good, but there is always a need for customization, right? And which is why we do these webinars and we do articles and stuff like that on our website and on our social media platforms. But the proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the taste, right? So that's where our counseling and training programs come in, so that we can provide context and situation specific inputs to transform lives one caregiver at a time. Because yes, a one to many platform, as Mark Zuckerberg and all of these tech guys would have us believe, is great and it's awesome and it's helpful, but the last mile always has to be delivered through customized, one-on-one human interface, and that's why we hope that robots will never really replace people who care.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much.
Anish.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming
Absolutely.
on such short. And thank you for coming amidst all the confusion. And your organization, actually, I didn't know much about it either. And it's so unique. Like, I've actually never thought of it either. Like, no one's actually, everyone's thinking about the patient, but nobody's actually thinking about the caregiver.
And to
So,
be sensitive about something as a
caregiver,
caregiver.
exactly. So, thank you for putting that thought in our minds. And thank you for telling us about your organization.
And one more thing that you mentioned about the research part, there's so much gap in research work that is being done in India. So we at Samvad are hoping to try and bridge that gap in
Research, yeah.
in mental
Absolutely.
health.
We'd love to show our research. We would love to throw our research challenges at you and see what kind of solutions you bring to the table.
Yes,
Definitely.
we'd love to collaborate with you guys in the
Definitely.
future.
Yes, yes.
This is, I hope, the first of
Absolutely.
many. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much. Hopefully, there will be some questions which are unanswered, and your audience can come to our website and get to know more. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Definitely.
of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Before we move further, actually our first event today was a quiz
The
we
quiz.
did with the Rotaract Club. So thank you to them too, along with a big thank you to Switch India, the Plain Jar, Caregiver
Mukti.
Sati, and Mukti for coming in. This was on super short notice. We thought of this last minute because why not on our important day give a platform to these other people to talk about what they do. So yeah, quickly we want to announce the
Winners of the quiz.
So these are all medical students, members of the Rotaract Club of Caduceus. So thank you to Keegan and Kathleen, the directors of Rotaract, who helped this collaboration. So we have the top three winners. So in third place we have Srishti Patil and Kamla. In uh, and we also have Divya Vachani and Srishti Patil. In second place we have Riya Shah. And the winner in first place, we have the team 5, Ritvika Dagar and Pallavi Bharti. So these are all medical students, and this quiz was very interesting. I wish you guys could see it. But anyway, so yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone. Yes.
So we would last segments, the two videos that we spoke about. I hope you guys aren't going anywhere. So now
They're really short videos, so please be patient.
please be patient. It's almost over.
It's almost over. Yeah.
We'll be out of your face soon. But these videos are really worth it. So
Really worth it. Please stay online.
and call your friends and family too.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, both the videos are not able to load due to some technical issues. We will release both of the videos tomorrow itself on Instagram, YouTube. So watch out for them. They are worth the watch. So yeah, this is it.
This is it.
Thank
We
you
are
for
done.
coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
And thank you for the
staying
people,
all
the few people who are still here.
still here. Thank you so
So
much.
this is it.
Thank you,
Check out our
Nihar.
website.
Thank you, Manuka.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Avinash. But although he couldn't join, we'll release his video, whatever he has to say.
Yeah, we'll release all the videos on our platform tomorrow.
Yes.
Again, thank you to our team, everyone, all of them who we mentioned. We are, whatever we are, is because of
Immensely grateful to
because
all
of you.
Yes.
So all of y'all, let's see if I can take all their names fast. Abha, Ankita, Sushrita, Nitya, Vini, Zed, Chaitanya, Ojas, Nandan, Ayushi, Apurva, Advik, Kunal. Am I missing out any counselors? Darshana. I said Zed.
You said that.
Abha, Purva,
Samiksha.
Rohit,
Yes,
Nilesh, and everyone. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but thank you so much.
Thank you, Anjali.
We are ending this live
Yeah,
now.
ending this. Yes.
So bye bye.
Bye bye.